Okay, let us start solving the problems based on the translational mechanical systems. Okay, we will look into few problems. Actually, there are variety of problems in your syllabus. As I have told you, there is mechanical system, translational, and rotational. Then you have electrical systems, and then analogous systems. For totally these three or four, as we can say, mechanical में दो हैं. So for these concepts you have problems. So now in today's class I'm dealing with mechanical translational systems, and then we will cover this mechanical rotational system. Once we do this, there is actually a continuation of these problems, in a single problem. The question will be like, for translational system, whatever in today's class we deal, after completing that, the question will be extended to these two systems, these two concept problems also, like mechanical, translational, then going to analogous and electrical systems. Similarly, mechanical, rotational, then electrical and analogous, something like that. So as still we haven't covered these concepts, let me just simply take few problems on translational and rotational, then I will go to the theoretical background of analogous and electrical. Once we complete all, so we will take few problems which will cover all these four varieties. Okay, so in today's class, let us start with the mechanical translational system problems. You can see there is a simple mechanical system, physical system given here. You can observe how many elements are there. Please make sure you are thorough with the previous concepts, else you won't understand the next concepts. Okay, this B, this indicates the friction coefficient, viscous friction coefficient, and this indicates your damper or dashpot or the frictional element. M indicates the mass, K indicates the spring, that this element indicates the spring, K is the spring constant. Okay, X is indicating the displacement, F is the force applied. As I have told you, when we deal with these mechanical systems, in order to simplify, in order to model these systems, we go for Newton's law of motion. So what Newton's law of motion says, whatever force is applied externally, it is equal to the opposing forces applied by the individual bodies. So how many different elements are there here? There is a B damper, there is a spring K, and there is a mass M. So as there are three different elements, three different opposing forces will be there. Okay, and these three opposing forces, they are equal in magnitude. Okay, with this forces, this applied force, this is your external applied force, and these three are the internally, okay, opposing forces. Okay, FB, FK, and FM I can indicate, so that when you add all together, okay, all together, F plus all these forces will become equal to 0. That's what even this D'Alembert's principle says. For any body, for a mass, the algebraic sum of externally applied forces, so F is the externally applied force, it is equal to, or sum of, I'm telling, so this force plus and the forces resisting, so which are opposing this motion, that is due to this damper, that is FB, due to the spring FK, due to the mass FM. So these three forces plus the applied force, all together it is equal to 0. Again, this is your law of conservation of energy, right? Coming to this problem, this is your given physical system. You can see how many elements are there here. One end of these two elements are fixed. You can observe damper element, whose one end is fixed, the other end is free. Spring, its one end is fixed, the other end is free. Force is applied on this body of mass M. So three elements are there. So how many forces will be there totally? Externally applied force is F. This is equal to all the opposing forces. So this force, and the force due to the mass M, because mass itself will be having some energy, it will oppose, right, the applied force. So totally how we can write the equation from the basics, of this, whenever we have a mass M, you can, I think the slide is, for a mass M, if the body is fixed, okay, if a force is applied, some displacement occurs, how you write the equation Fm is equal to m d by dt square of x of t. So in the sense, how I can write for mass m into d by dt square of x. X indicates your displacement. Okay, displacement. Force जिस direction में apply हो रहा है, displacement भी उसी direction में होगा. This is the first force due to the opposing force due to the mass m. I have written m d by dt square of x. Then coming to one more, that is say damper. For B, how you can write for a damper element the force equation dash pot. Okay, it's here. Force Fb is equal to B into d by dt of x of t. If I take that for damper or a dash pot, B into d by dt of x of t, where B is your friction coefficient and x is the displacement. And the third one is a spring. For a spring, let's see. Please make a note of it, okay? All the equations. So how Fk is written? It is k into the displacement. So that's why it is k into the x is the displacement. So these are the individual forces. Now, according to the Newton's law of motion, or whatever the principle we have seen, the external force applied F is equal to sum of all the opposing forces. अगर आप इन दोनों को sum कर लेंगे, okay, इसको negative LHS में ले जाएंगे, all three negative हो जाएंगे, so all will be balanced equal to 0. So how I can write the equation? F is equal to all the three forces. Equations we know already how to get it, so I have added all the three. Okay, this is a very simple kind of figure which I have shown you. Okay, this can be a part of a big system. Just to start with, I have shown you a simple system, and there is a one more here. You can see this is for rotational. So let me not take time here to explain this, because still we are into the problems of translational mechanical systems. So जब rotational के problems करेंगे, I'll take this problem. Let us start the first problem. Determine the transfer function of the given mechanical system. If you have pen and paper, even you can take down this problem. If you observe how many elements are there here, this is a fixed end. This is your spring. There is one spring, there is two springs. So two springs are there with the spring constants K1 and K2. Any difference you find in these two springs? Just check how they are connected and tell me. If you have attended the previous sessions, you may be able to tell the answer. Any difference you find in both the springs, the way they are connected? You can unmute and answer, no problem. We can have a discussion. Any difference you find in these two springs, the way they are connected? Okay, I got one answer. Very good. Who's this? It is Muskan. Very good, Muskan. She has answered. K1 is yes, Sumaya. Very good. K1 spring, its one end is fixed, the other end is free. But however, for K2 spring, okay, both the ends are free. So ये बहुत important है, क्योंकि जब आप equations लिखेंगे, accordingly अगर एक end fix है तो equation change होगा, दोनों ends free है तो equation अलग होगा. So it's very important. So please observe that. And this is your damper or a dash pot. So 1, 2, 3. There is one more mass M1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is your fifth. So totally 5 elements are there. Now, talking about the displacements, you can observe for a mass M1, this is your displacement, and for mass M2, this is your displacement Y2. Now, tell me, when I apply the force in this direction, what is your final thing, finally what you observe. मैं यहाँ पे सी M1 कनेक्टेड है, एक सिस्टम है जहाँ पे M1 है, K2 है, M2 है, okay? तो M2 इज योर एंड पॉइंट, लास्ट जो एलिमेंट है कनेक्टेड वो M2 है. So if I apply a force in this direction, obviously as I have told you, force जिस direction में apply होगा, displacement भी उसी direction में होगा. Now tell me what is the final value, finally what you expect when I apply a force in this direction, what is the final expectation of yours from this system. Please be in discussion, you'll understand more. You can clarify more doubts, because the subject you cannot by heart it, you cannot simply read and solve it. You need thinking, critical thinking. So what is expected from this system if I apply a force in this direction? At the end क्या होना चाहिए? Anybody? Hope you are getting my question. This is your given system. In the given system, there are many 5 elements connected, interconnected in this manner. If I apply a force in the downward direction, what should be the final expectation? Finally, output क्या होना चाहिए? You can unmute and answer. Please be quick. What should be the expected output? Force अगर apply करते हैं एक body पे तो क्या होगा? No answer. Hope everybody is awake. Yes, Shivanand. Okay, I got one answer. Let's see. Very good, Muskan. But you have answered in general. What she has written here is final output expected is displacement. Okay, good. Sumaya, change in the position. Displacement of mass M1 and M2 she has written. And Sumaya has written change in the position. No doubt there is a displacement, but you check the figure. What is the final displacement? Finally, M2 will be moving at the end. Okay, there is the final displacement is y2. So if I apply a force F for this particular system, force applied is your input, and final displacement is what? It is your output. Okay, that's why let me just show you. I have taken a transfer function ratio y2 by F. Y2 transfer function is the ratio of output by input, right? We have seen in the open loop and closed loop. C of S by R of S will give you the transfer function. C is your controlled output, R is your reference input. So output by input will give you the transfer function. What is the heading? You are now finding, you are modeling the system and you are finding the transfer function of the system. So हमको पहले ये identify करना है कि इस system में input क्या होगा and output क्या होगा. So force applied will be acting as an input to the system, and the final displacement is y2, which is your output of the system. So y1 is an intermediate output, okay, because still further the system has got some components. So final output is your y2. So in order to find the transfer function, I require this force and this y2 displacement. Okay. Now coming to the transfer function concept, we have already dealt in the previous session how to find the transfer function. अगर एक system दिया गया है आपको, you will first write the equations, steps, I guess, steps to find the transfer function. Under that heading, we have seen some 3 to 4 steps are there. First step is write down the equation based on the given diagram. Equation, once you get the equation, apply the Laplace transform for that particular equation, and after applying the Laplace transform, take the ratio of output by input. With these 3 steps, you will find the transfer function. So here also we will be doing the same thing. As there are 5 different elements interconnected in this system, so we will be writing the equations first. Okay, हर एक element के लिए एक equation है, आपको पता है already. और ट्रांसलेशनल मैकेनिकल सिस्टम के 3 एलिमेंट्स जो हैं वही हैं यहाँ पे, मास है, स्प्रिंग है एंड डैम्पर है. तो उसके लिए इक्वेशंस लिखेंगे, then we will apply the Laplace transform for those, and then we will go for the ratio and finding the transfer function. Okay, now you can observe here, to solve this particular problem, there is a figure which I have drawn at the side, right side of this system. See, this is for mass m1 and this is for mass m2. This figure and this figure, the main system which is given, both are related, and the figures which I have drawn here, okay, जितने mass elements हैं आपके system में उतने figures आएंगे. We call these figures as free body diagram of masses. Okay, mechanical में कहीं पर पढ़े हैं तो आप, I don't know, you might have studied about this. Free body diagram of masses. Okay, what it is, it actually shows the exact forces acting on a mass. For example, when I'm there in this given system, there are 2 masses, m1 and m2. So 2 bodies are there. Now individually, if I take only m1, okay, if I consider only m1, under that case, this will not come into picture. Okay, I'll forget about this. So for m1, I will just check कितने forces act हो रहे हैं इस mass m1 पे. That is nothing but your free body diagram. So for m1, यहाँ पे 2 masses हैं, so I will be getting 2 diagrams, m1, m2. अगर वैसे आपको m3, m4 और 2 हैं, तो you will get m3, m4 also. So for m1, let us see. If I take, let me just erase this. And let me draw it here one more time. There is a mass m1. So this is your m1. Okay, now I am applying the force on this particular body. So I am applying the force, right? I'm applying the force in this direction. So I'm showing this, it is in this direction. This is your applied force F of t. And what is the displacement occurred? In the same direction, y1. So let me show this, okay, this indicating the displacement, which is y1. This is what? The applied force. What about the opposing forces? How many opposing forces do exist here? Let's try to count it. m1 से कितने components connected हैं? We will check. There is k1 here, there is b here, there is a spring here, so 3 components. m2 picture में नहीं आएगा because it is not directly connected, but immediately 3 components are there, 3 elements are connected to m. So 3 forces do exist and they are opposing forces. So अगर मैं force का direction इस direction में ले रही हूँ, let me just take a different color. If I take this as your applied force direction, then I have to indicate the opposing forces in the opposite direction. So mass के ऊपर act हो रहे हैं ये तीनों forces. Which are those 3 forces? K1 है, तो what I will take? F, for my convenience, F K1 I will take. And you can write, I cannot do it through the mouse, F1 K of T. Of T आप हमेशा लिखो. And ये हो गया spring के लिए. Damper है, B है. So I will take one more force as say FB. Okay, FB of T, second force. Then there is a spring here, one more spring. K1 का तो हो गया. There is one more force, that is F, I will take FK2. Okay, indicating this force, opposing force is due to the spring K2. Right here of T. Okay. So applied force red direction में है. K1, B and K2, ये जो 3 elements हैं, ये opposing forces देंगे, which are FK1, FB and FK2. Okay. Now what about its own? If there is a body, of mass m, it has to have its opposing force, right? Kyunki kinetic energy and potential energy do exist. Because of that, we cannot avoid it itself will be having its opposing force. So वो भी मुझे यहाँ पे दिखाना पड़ेगा. I don't have space, so I will take here in this direction. Okay, it should be like inside, which is F of mass m1 है, so I will take F m1. So how many forces totally? Count it. Applied force 1, opposing forces 1, 2, 3, 4. So totally 5 forces हैं. ये सभी का sum equal to 0 होना चाहिए. That itself is your principle, which says Allenbert's principle. So sum of these, algebraic sum of these applied force and the opposing forces is equal to 0. So let us now move. Hope you understood this concept. Now let us move on to the equation writing. Okay, I am now only into first mass. Still I haven't touched M2. Remember. Now moving on to, hope you understood this free body diagram. How to draw a free body diagram. It will give you the exact number of forces acting on a particular mass. That is free body diagram. Now coming to this figure, for mass m1, let me write the equation. Okay, applied force is F of t. So what I will do, individually I have written first and then I have written the equation. Okay, sum this F of t, force applied external force, it is equal to the all the opposing forces, Fm1, Fk1, Fk2 and Fb. So totally 5 forces. If you take sum, it is equal to 0. Now what is Fm1? Fm1 is, it can be written by making use of the basic concept, how we can write for a mass. For a mass, take m d by dt square of x of t. So in that sense, if you go, I have written m1 d by dt square of, I have taken y1. Why y1? Check the displacement for m1. It is y1. m1 d by dt square of y1 of t.
असली वाली रुजबू करी बनाना विदाउट चिकन.
And going for this K1, whose one end is fixed. For this, how will you write the equation, force equation? Fk1 of t is equal to, let me show you the reference, dash pot and spring. If it is fixed at one end, simply k into the displacement. So simply it will be K1 is the constant given and the displacement is y1. Okay, these two I think you understood, they are direct. Now what about the dash pot? For dash pot, let me just quickly show you. Dash pot, it is b into d by dt of x of t. So for dash pot, I have written here, okay, it's here. Fb indicates dash pot, it is equal to b into d by dt of the displacement. Here displacement is y1. See, mass के लिए displacement y1 है, K1 spring के लिए y1 है and b के लिए y1 है. So for these three, you can see the figure. For this element, second element and the mass, displacement is y1. Now coming to Fk2. Fk2, this spring, it is not fixed at one end. It is free at both the ends. So if for a spring which is free at both the ends, how you write the equation? If both sides are free to move, you take the x1 minus x2, right? So like that, we have the two displacements here, y1 and y2. How will you write? As we are writing it for m1, take this as the initial and then this as the final. So it will be y1 minus y2. So hope it is visible. K into the difference in the displacements, y1 minus y2. For K2, I have written this. So totally 4 force equations I have written, and finally the applied force. So if I write the equation of forces, how I can write? The applied force F of t is equal to sum of all these forces, F m1, k1, k2 and b. And these force equations which I have written here separately, all these together I have written here. Sorry, here I have written dou, it should be d. Okay, d by dt of, in hurry I have written it. So according to the law used, applied force or even the D'Alembert's principle, applied force is equal to these opposing forces. So that altogether will make it 0. So first step is over, because question is to find the transfer function. We have achieved the first step. We have got one equation. Okay. Now the second step is we need to go for application of Laplace transforms. Now apply the Laplace transform for this. Again, going back to the previous sessions, I had given you one Laplace transformation table wherein list of formulae were given to you. Hope you remember them. Now we will be making use of them to apply the Laplace transforms. Whenever the signal is in the t domain, in the frequency domain, it will be yes, because Laplace variable we have to use domain, and a small letter will be we will be changing it to capital letter. So f of s will be the Laplace transform of the force, and m1 is a constant, write it as it is. This d by dt square of y1 of t, if you remember, जब भी डबल डिफरेंशिएशन रहता है लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म में यस स्क्वायर ऐड होता है, यस स्क्वायर इनटू y1 will become capital Y1 of yes plus b as it is constant. There is a single differentiation, multiply by s, double differentiation multiply s square, and y1 of t will be y1 of s plus k is a constant k1. For a constant as it is, I think u of t, it is simply whatever y1 is there, y1 of yes, y1 of t will be y1 of yes. And here there are two terms, k2 into y1 minus k2 into y2. I have written it separately. Okay, y1 and y2 of t will become y1 and y2 of yes. So this is the application of Laplace transforms. In the next step, I have clubbed all y1 terms together and y2 terms together. So if you see how many y1 terms we have, for y1 you can check out. This is first term y1, 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 y1. So first four terms are related to y1. I have taken y1 common. These are the remaining things. And y2 सिर्फ एक term है, write it as it is. So ये हमारा equation हो गया. What is our final motive? We need transfer function. So how can you get the transfer function? As I told you, output by input. In your figure, if you observe, your final output is y2. Okay, y2 is final displacement and applied force is your input. So you should get y2 by f. Okay, अगर आप ये equation को देखेंगे, if you observe this equation, it has got f, it has got y2, but यहाँ पे y1 एक term है which we have to remove. Okay, उसको somehow we should adjust so that हमको यहाँ से transfer function मिलेगा. Just to get the equation for this y1, what I will use, I will again go for free body diagram of m2. Okay, again coming back to the same, जैसे हमने m1 के लिए analyze किया था, let us analyze it. The free body diagram let us draw for second mass, second body. If you see, there is m2, I have drawn a mass. How many elements are connected to this? कोई force apply हो रहा है यहाँ पे directly? There is no force. Okay, so force applied will be 0. Opposing forces, क्योंकि net force के लिए, क्योंकि ये जो सिस्टम है ये पूरे सिस्टम का सब पार्ट है, so we cannot deny that there will be opposing force acting on each of these elements. So कितने elements connected हैं? Check out. There is a mass, सो मास की वजह से, खुद की वजह से भी एक अपोजिंग फोर्स होगा, सो दैट इज एफ एम टू. आई हैव रिटन हियर एफ एम टू, अपोजिंग फोर्स है तो इसीलिए इनसाइड. देन स्प्रिंग कनेक्टेड है, सिर्फ दो ही एलिमेंट्स हैं, नो अदर, ओनली टू एलिमेंट्स आर देयर. एंड m2 displacement y2 ऐसे है, तो I have shown here the displacement y2. Now in order to write for k2, let me take fk2 as the force. So सिर्फ दो forces आएंगे यहाँ पे, fm2 and fk2, and applied force तो zero है. So let us try to write the equation for this. जैसे हमने m1 के लिए लिखे थे equations, similarly we will go for m2. If I write the equation for m2, सिर्फ दो एलिमेंट्स हैं, एफ एम टू एंड एफ के टू. सो एफ एम टू क्या होगा, अकॉर्डिंग टू योर बेसिक्स ट्रांसलेशनल मोशन के इक्वेशंस अगर आप देखेंगे, मास के लिए एम टू डी बाई डी टी स्क्वायर ऑफ द डिस्प्लेसमेंट. डिस्प्लेसमेंट क्या है फॉर एम टू, डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज वाई टू. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट इक्वेशन इज एम टू इंटू डी बाई डी टी स्क्वायर ऑफ वाई टू. फाइन. Now coming to the spring K2, here it is important. Earlier K1 के लिए बहुत ही सिंपल लिख दिया था क्योंकि एक एंड फिक्स था, एक एंड फ्री था, so सिर्फ आपको y1 आया था डिस्प्लेसमेंट, K1 into y1, right? Where is it? K1 into y1 directly. But K2 के लिए क्या लिखे थे हम, मास m1 रेफरेंस था, इसीलिए y1 minus y2 लिखे थे, y1 minus y2. But this time our reference position is mass m2. तो इस बार आपको स्प्रिंग के लिए अगर इक्वेशन लिखना है, K2 into, it will not be y1 minus y2, it will be reverse. m2 के लिए लिख रहे हैं y2 minus y1, so it is K2 into y2 minus y1. So ये equations कैसे लिख रहे हैं, you should know, you should list out every formula which we have covered in the previous concepts. तभी आपको ये directly equations लिखना आएगा, थोड़ा practice लगेगा, but you will have, if you practice, you will get it. Okay? So ये दो equations force के हो गए. Now if I apply the Newton's law for this second body, applied force तो कुछ भी नहीं है. In earlier case we had f of t, because for m1 mass force applied was f of t, but m2 के लिए external force तो apply नहीं हुआ है. Because of that it is 0. 0 is equal to these two forces, fm2 and fk2, and these equations I have written directly. Once we get this equation, the next step is what? First step is getting the equation. Second step, apply the Laplace transform. If you apply the Laplace transform, 0 is equal to m2 constant है, डबल डिफरेंशिएशन है, s स्क्वायर आएगा, y2 डिस्प्लेसमेंट है, कैपिटल y2 होगा. सिमिलरली k2 है कांस्टेंट, y2 कैपिटल, जस्ट एक्सपांड द ब्रैकेट, माइनस k2, y1 है, so y1 of s. In the next step what I have done, club all y2 terms at 1 and y1 at 1. क्योंकि यहाँ पर एनीवे 0 है, तो एक लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में रखो, एक राइट हैंड साइड में लेके जाओ, यहाँ पे जो नेगेटिव साइन है. सो k2 into y1 will be equal to, this is equal to this remaining term, यहाँ पे y2 of s कॉमन लिया है. Okay, now how can I use this equation? As I told you in the earlier, we had stopped till this. We had got this equation 1. If you see, equation 1 has two terms, y2 and y1. इसमें से हमको y1 निकालना पड़ेगा, then only you can get the ratio of this y2 by f, जो हमको ट्रांसफर फंक्शन देगा. So y1 of s निकालना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए make use of this equation which we have got from the second body m2. If you observe here, this is your equation which you have got. इसमें से आप y1 के लिए एक इक्वेशन ले लो, y1 is equal to whatever you have written this as it is, and ये जो k2 है इसको डिनोमिनेटर में लेके जाओ. तो y1 के लिए एक इक्वेशन मिल गया. Substitute this in your equation 1. यहाँ पे जो y1 है इसमें आप उसको सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दो. If you substitute, f1 of s is equal to, ये जो भी हमने y1 के लिए इक्वेशन निकाला था, I have written that here. Okay, substituting, and ये जो बाकी टर्म्स हैं, this term, this complete term is your remaining terms. See, this complete remaining term of equation 1. सिर्फ y1 के बदले में जो equation 2 में हमको मिला है वैल्यू, वो वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट किया है. Then observe here, two terms are same, y2 y2 in both. So take y2 common, you will be left with यहाँ पर डिनोमिनेटर अगर आपको k2 मिलेगा, फर्स्ट टर्म है ये, this is your first term minus second. So take the LCM also. I will take the LCM k2. अगर LCM ले लिए तो ये मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा k2 स्क्वायर हो गया, एंड ये जो दो ब्रैकेट्स हैं as it is, and y2. Now what is the transfer function? Transfer function is output by input, that is y2 by f. So just rearrange the terms here. What you do, whatever equation we have got now, इस फोर्स को डिनोमिनेटर में लेके जाओ, इस k2 को इधर लेके जाओ LHS न्यूमरेटर, and this complete thing take it to the denominator. If you rearrange this equation, you will get y2 by f. So y2 by f is nothing but transfer function t, which is nothing but this complete equation which I have got. So this is the solution for first problem. Hope you understood this. At once, अगर 50% भी समझ में आ गया तो काफी है. Okay, with practice these problems will be perfect to you. Now take down this figure. It's very simple, only a 1 2 3 three elements are connected. I have written here x y. Let me give you the hint. Applied force तो नहीं है यहाँ पे, input रहेगा y, output x. Sorry, output by input. Y is your output, x is your input. क्योंकि एक एंड फिक्स है, स्प्रिंग को अगर आप अप्लाई करेंगे फोर्स, because of the spring's displacement only the complete system will be displaced. Because of that, x acts as the input, y acts as the output. So determine the transfer function for this system. X take it as input, y take it as output. Draw the free body diagram.